This is Richard Lynch and I want to welcome you to the Longcourt House Hotel Virtual Wedding Showcase.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Fill my heart with song, let me swing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
I'm here with Mario, the General Manager of the Longcourt House Hotel. Mario, why did you want to have a virtual wedding showcase?
Richard, this is incredible hotel, incredible venue. The type of service and the type of food we provide is absolutely second to none. We are super proud of the achievement of the hotel, of the team, and we want to showcase it to all the world, what we got.
So let's see what the Longcourt House Hotel has to offer. I'm here with Trina, the Marketing Manager of the Longcourt House Hotel. Trina, tell me a little bit about this glorious hotel.
So this is Longcourt House Hotel. It was bought by local couple Jim and Mary Long, and after a project that was part of revamp and part of new build, we opened in December 2017. So as part of that project, the current bedroom block, which comprises of 39 bedrooms, was totally revamped and renovated. And then the old hotel that had been here was demolished. An entirely new bar bistro was built, a purpose-built ballroom, beautiful drinks reception space, and a glorious private courtyard. All ideal elements for a wedding.
And what does it mean to this community, this hotel?
So Longcourt House Hotel is in Newcastle West, and it is so important to a town like Newcastle West that it has a hotel like this, someplace that can become the centre of all of life's occasions, whether it's birthday parties, engagements, christenings, weddings. And when the hotel was built, Jim and Mary had a clear plan for the hotel. And they wanted it to be the centre of life in Newcastle, but also a place that the entire Midwest could be proud of and could be central to a lot of events and occasions there. So as the hotel has evolved, it really has become the soul of the town, and you see a lot of things that happen here, whether it be family occasions, meeting events, fundraising events for areas in the town. And it's important to the greater area of West Limerick, Newcastle West and the Midwest.
Why is it the perfect wedding venue?
Well, when you look at the place and how it was laid out and designed, it has all the elements that are key for a couple, but it's also headed by a very experienced management team. You've Mario and Ella Puchowski, who together with the team, both in kitchen and banqueting, will ensure a fantastic day for every couple, that all those details that need to be marked off and achieved to make the wedding perfect for each couple, they're going to happen here.
And what's your role in that? You're the marketing manager, so What do you do and what can a bride and groom expect when they come and meet you?
So I generally meet the couples when they first come in, and I meet them on their first initial inquiry. So my job is to tease out to them what it is that it's important for them for their wedding day. So I'll sit with them and we'll create that package that ticks all the boxes, so we have all the things they have to have on their day. And then as the planning evolves, they'll meet with the management team and they'll understand how we're going to put this day together. But for me, I sit down with them and I learn all those elements that are going to make their day special to them. And you really meet them at a very happy time in their relationship. They're full of ideas. It's a lovely chapter in their life. They're really enthusiastic, and it's just really nice to be involved in that.
And in terms of a wedding, you have everything here, don't you? Everything from an executive chef, your opulent ballroom, this incredible courtyard outside, which is actually mind-boggling. It's just made for a wedding.
Yeah.
And then you have 2 beautiful honeymoon suites. Talk to me about the honeymoon suites.
So yeah, like you say, we have 2 honeymoon suites. They're consistent and similar in the layout, but then the interior designs where they differ. So some couples like to choose their own one, but it's just to give them that sense of homeliness. And when they come back after a very long, exciting day, they have somewhere to relax, unwind, and the following day they get breakfast served, champagne breakfast. But I think it's important for couples to know, like the honeymoon suite is beautiful, but that all the rooms are of a consistent standard, so that when their guests are staying, they know they're in equally beautiful, spacious rooms, so that everyone after a day of partying and sharing the love can just relax, unwind, and then have their breakfast the following day.
And how do you work with the bride and groom to make a bespoke wedding? For example, even the table setups, they're all so different. I mean, I know that you have a team here that works with them, but if I wanted to come in, how would you show me the different table setups that are available to me?
So look, we have different table setups, we have different themes. It's obviously important to sit with a bride and groom and discover what are their thoughts on colour schemes and things like that. And, you know, whether sometimes the season they're getting married in dictates everything. You know, if it's Christmas, you find there's a lot of fairy lights and things like that. Whereas in the summer, they could bring a lot more floral and woodwork into it, make it really rustic and vintage. And we have the facilities working with Couture Weddings to facilitate all of that, whether they want chivalry chairs, standard chairs with chair covers, different sashes. So you sit down, you tease out from them what their vision is, and sometimes you just start with what's the colour, and from there it all evolves and teases out. So we have basic packages that, you know, have all your candelabra and your linen and your cutlery and your glassware, and then depending on what it is their vision is, we can add on, and they can come in and see different table settings, or we can show them pictures, and, you know, we give them different table samples, and they can just really create a wedding that represents them as a couple and what their vision of the day should be. And they're the things that make weddings differ from couple to couple. They're the things that stand out in your head about the different couples you meet, those little ideas, those little tweaks.
And how do you work with different wedding vendors and suppliers, a lot of whom we're going to meet in a while?
We're very lucky here in Newcastle West that in the greater area we have fantastic wedding suppliers, from cakes, from photographers, videographers. They're all based locally. And, you know, we work with them on a case-by-case basis. Again, I have a recommended wedding supplier list that we give to our couples, and we work with them on their availability. And sometimes it's knowing what the different suppliers, what their area of expertise, what the look they do, and being able to recommend that to a client. But they're fantastic. They've always been very good to us, and I hope equally we've been good to them, but they're great to work with. They never let us down.
And just because I'm one of the gays, Trina, tell me, have you done same-sex marriages at this hotel?
We have indeed. We love doing them. As a 4-star hotel, you love to kind of work with different types of events, and, you know, they're very special events, same-sex marriages, and I feel very privileged to be involved in quite a number of them.
And finally, Trina, how important is the happiness of a couple to the Longcourt House Hotel and the success of a wedding, and how important are weddings to this incredible venue?
First off, the couple themselves, it's so important that they get the day they wish for. It really, really is. What I genuinely want for every couple is the morning after their wedding, and they're down greeting guests in reception, and they're saying goodbye, and some people have travelled to see them and they're leaving, and people are saying to you, best wedding we were ever at. That's just, you know then, that not only the couple have enjoyed the day, but every guest there, and you know you've done a good job then. So it's very important that the couple can look back on their wedding day and say, I wouldn't change a thing. Do you know? In terms of how important our weddings here to the hotel, They're huge. I mean, it's a big part of when the hotel was built of what we want to set out to deliver. So it's very important to us and to the team here that we are a respected and wedding venue and that we deliver a product that people are proud of.
So if you're a couple to be, this is Trina, the marketing manager of the Longcourt House Hotel. She's the woman to hit up and she'll tell you everything you need to know about this amazing hotel. So I'm here with Eamon, the executive chef here at the Longcourt House Hotel. So Eamon, you have new management and new attitude. Tell me, how do you translate the success of your bistro into wedding dishes?
Well, what we're doing at the moment is we're introducing some of our bistro dishes into our wedding menus, and so far it's been quite successful. And as you can see, some of the dishes that we have there, they look quite well. So,
Eamon, talk me through these dishes.
this is a breaded cod with pesto and a sweet chili tomato sauce to the side. It complements itself quite well with both sauces. We have our roast beef with Yorkshire pudding and our homemade jus at the side. Another very, very popular dish here. Homemade chocolate brownie with just an assortment of fruits to the side. Once again, very popular dessert here. So
how does that work for a bride and groom who are first experiencing this hotel? Do you meet them and go through the menus?
we go through a menu tasting with the bride and groom. They can pick and choose whatever they want off of each menu. Our menus are constantly growing, and then within the team as well, it's every chef's ideas that come on board. So it's not just myself, it's the whole team as well having input on certain dishes, and we all come together to create the perfect dish then after all that.
Thank you so much, Eamon. This has been Eamon, the executive chef at the Longcourt House Hotel. So now you've seen what this amazing hotel, the Longcourt House Hotel, has to offer. I think it's time to go meet some of the Longcourt's preferred wedding suppliers. Now, if you're watching this video live on Sunday, August the 30th at 1 p.m. in the initial broadcast of this video, then do you know what? You can speak to the suppliers right underneath this in the messages below. All the suppliers and the Longcourt House Hotel are there to answer any of your questions about any details you've seen in this video. So let's go meet our wedding suppliers. I'm here with Kitty from Couture Weddings, who is an event and wedding specialist and does all types of events, but especially loves weddings. Why do you love weddings so much?
I love weddings because every wedding is different. You get to meet brides and grooms from all parts of the country. They all have a different vision, and it's nice to see everybody's different take on what a wedding should be.
And as an event and wedding stylist, what exactly do you do as a wedding stylist? What does a wedding stylist do?
Sometimes a couple can come to me and they don't even have a colour picked. So what I do is basically we kind of sit down, get a vision of what they'd like. I try and guide them towards maybe colour schemes, centerpieces.
For their
flowers.
table, the whole table setup.
Exactly, yeah. So we do everything from the church basically to your venue. So, and what's nice about that is you kind of bring the same theme running through the whole day.
So what do you dress exactly? The tables?
Tables, yeah. So we start at the church, so we do your church decoration, your flowers, so you can do them in the church, and then afterwards we can bring them to the venue as well. So you kind of have a very cohesive looking day that it's not totally different, and your colours kind of run through your venue and your church.
And you do all different type of colour setups. So do you meet the bride and groom beforehand and you go through all that with them, what they want, the look they want, whether it's a contemporary feel, a vintage feel, and you bring it to life using the colour schemes and all your flowers? And
Yeah, I do meet brides and grooms, but I think a lot of brides kind of have a vision that they see pictures, Pinterest boards, or they see something on my Facebook and they say, that's what I want. So it's just up to me then, and we have conversations and chats, talk about budgets, talk about numbers, wedding size. So it'll all depend on that, how many people are at your wedding. So if you're having 50 people, you could go totally well, but if you're having 300 at a wedding, obviously it's going to cost a lot more to do something as well as that. But
so you do all different, you do the chairs and everything, don't you? So
Chivari chairs, we do the chair covers, sashes, tablecloths, basically napkins, so we literally can bring everything by the kitchen sink.
wow, and how do people find you, Kitty?
We're on Facebook, Couture Weddings, Instagram, and www.coutureweddings.ie.
This is Kitty, this is a wedding stylist, and I would highly recommend her to do your wedding, and you can contact her on Facebook and Instagram.
Thank you.
I'm here with the amazing Virginia from Virginia's Bridal. Virginia, how long have you been in business?
15 years.
15 years. And you only do bridal dresses. Why only bridal? Why is bridal so important to you?
Because when I focused on the bridal only, my business went up. Because even taking money aside, when you're buying, you have 3 days for buys, focus bridal, bridal, bridal. And it's that way how I went so good, you know, with bridal.
And where are you located in Limerick City Centre?
I am in 46 Rochester Street.
46 Rochester Street. And have you been there 15 years?
No, this building I bought 7 years ago.
Wow, congratulations. A powerful Limerick entrepreneur, female entrepreneur, I love it. Talk to me about bridal dresses. What is the process of a bride coming into you and picking out her dress? What exactly do you do?
What I do, so what bride has to do, just give me a phone call and book me for appointment. And then I just have few questions. I work a bit different way. I go mostly by feeling.
Yeah.
So I just put together her personality, her wishes, her body. It's not only about body, it's a lot of what you have inside. Right. So now I have just a few questions to you, you know, to the bride.
Yes.
And then dresses, I'm joking, but dresses talks to me. They're saying, oh, it's me, oh, it's me, oh, it's me. So I just listen to the dresses and bride.
You're doing it for such a long time.
Yes.
So do you buy in the dresses and then you fit them to the bride?
Yes, yeah, I do buy. I go travel. I used to travel so much.
Yes.
Yeah, now it's some designers are coming to me, or some I have to buy online, unfortunately, you know. But usually I do travel around.
And then they come in and you actually fit the dress on them.
Yeah.
And can you tell me of any special memory of any day that you dressed a bride for her wedding?
It's one of last brides. I think what I loved it, I had the twins. And that's a joke I told them.
You dressed two twins for the wedding?
I did.
Oh, wow.
I did, you know. And they are identical ones, but personalities are totally different. And it was so amazing. Their weddings were 6 months apart. But absolutely, absolutely different. It's just something, you know, when we booked this, like two brides, I couldn't get it, you know, but it's two twins and someday sale, it was something amazing, you know, and it just lifts you up.
And have you, the cost of your dresses, have you dresses to fit the costs that are suitable to all different types of brides?
Absolutely, like, you know, it's very good if brides tells their budget, then I know where I am in. So
and then you can show her what she's...
Exactly, and I have a lot of dresses sale. Those dresses, what you see, they are going for 500 on the sale from 2 weeks on.
Wow.
So, you know...
So you can get actually your wedding dress for like 500 euros.
You can.
That's amazing. And then you'll fit it to their body and everything.
Exactly. It's alteration lady will do this, you know, but I just match by sizes. But one thing, what I want to say to brides, if your budget is small, it doesn't mean they cannot get best designer dress. You know, they can get for 500 euros, which was 2,000. So you know, it's just to be safe and to be not scared. Absolutely.
So I think that any bride should come to you because you're essentially a bridal dress specialist. That's all you do. That's your complete focus is on that.
Absolutely.
And how can they find you online? What's your website?
It's virginias.ie.
Virginias.ie. This is the wonderful Virginia for Virginia's Bridal, and she has bridal dresses for every occasion. So if you're a bride looking for your wedding dress, hit up Virginia.
Thank you very much.
I'm here with Mary Bowering of the Flower Gallery and Stu's Wedding and Party Hire. You have two businesses, two family-run businesses, Mary. First of all, I want to ask you about the Flower Gallery. What do you do for brides and grooms to be?
Okay, well, first of all, I'm in business 22 years now. I have looked after brides from going to their home, looking after them for the night before if they want something done in their house, if they want their banister decorated for when they glide down the stairs in the morning, mother's bouquets, or if they want something in their home on a coffee table for photographs, etc. We also can put arches outside their door if they want. Then I spend about a year in consultation with my brides. From start to finish, we discuss. I have a motto with them that I need to get inside their heads, and then I can flow with ideas for them. I do contemporary, modern, vintage style weddings.
Which I love.
Even done Halloween style, black and orange. So I do any theme. I try and get, as I said, repeat myself inside their heads to get what they want. And then I can work with them and come up with crazy ideas sometimes.
Why are flowers so special to people, do you think? They're so beautiful, I know. They bring beauty to every occasion. But why do they mean so much to people at a wedding?
I think it just makes their day. I mean, if people walk into the church and there's just one tiny arrangement, nobody notices. But if it's decorated from outside with lanterns, trees, etc., their pew-ins are done, top of the altar.
It's all about how you set the flowers off.
Yes, and they walk in and they go, wow. You know, it's just the impact. It's like if you walk into a cake shop and you see beautiful cakes, you're going to pick them. And if you walk in to the church and it's highly decorated, people are going to say, well, where did you get your flowers? Where did you-
22 years of experience is a
22
lot
years
of
of
experience. And so then you were bitten by the wedding bug, and then your son got into the family business, and he's doing a wedding at Event Hire. What are some of the different things that he does?
The different things is we have started doing venues, which I never did.
So you
on a
team
big
up
scale.
together,
We team
like
up
two
together.
superheroes doing a wedding.
And also, my daughter and their dad is involved in it, so it's a complete family-run business now. Stewie does as you can see in front of us, the dance floors, but
I had a sparkling dance floor at my wedding. I would highly recommend it. It made the entire wedding. It's what
fabulous.
everybody spoke about.
Yeah.
What other kind of things does
well,
he do?
what he has now, he has a new one, and it changes colour to the bridesmaids' dresses. This one we have on in pink at the moment.
Wow.
So it can be royal blue, it can be turquoise, whatever. He does the Just Married sign, which will go in front of your top table. That also matches the floor. It can be just plain LED lights, or it can be coloured. Blue, turquoise, pink, red, whatever. He does the initials, the A to Z in initials. If they want A and K, for example, that's their initials, that's done. He does a walkway up to the top table. So you'd have a starlight walkway up to the top table. A big light up arch that changes colour. We have
Oh, wow.
two of those, one that just has the normal colouring, the white lights, and then we have the coloured lights. So basically, if you have a pink theme for your wedding, your dance floor will be pink, your big arch behind you will be pink. Your
The more lights, the
uplighting-
better, Mary.
More lights, the better. The uplighting here on the flower wall will be pink. We have the starlight backdrop.
So you literally come in with your flowers and with Stewie's props and everything, and you completely transform the space
We do.
and make
We
it the
do.
wedding paradise of someone's dreams.
We have chair covers for each colour. We have tablecloths for each colour. We have a new style chair.
And you
a
do
vintage
table
chair.
centerpieces,
We do
of
table
course, the
centerpieces.
floral.
I have 3 on display here today.
We'll show them. And for the flowers and for Stewie's props, are the different pricing packages?
Yes, we do different packages. We basically, when we initially meet brides and grooms, we say we will work to your budget. If, you know, some people have a large budget, some people haven't. So we really don't have any set prices, so we can cater for everybody. But we do different packages. We have 5 different packages.
And
That
all
will
the
include-
details of them you'll give to the
Yes.
bride and groom when they
That
call
will
you?
include the church and the venue,
Oh, wow.
and the dance floors and the lighting, candy carts, everything.
So it's amazing that you and your son run 2 businesses that work in tandem together to offer everything to a bride and groom out there.
Basically
Where can they
everything.
find you, Mary?
They
First
can
of all,
find
your
me
flower
and
company?
the Flower Gallery on Facebook and Instagram.
Under the Flower
Under
Gallery.
the Flower Gallery, and they can find Stewie under Stewie's Wedding and Party Hire, and he's on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Thank you, Mary, so much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
If you want to find out any more about Mary, you can contact Mary and Stu on social media. I am here with the fabulous, take one look at her people, Deborah Gearan, Cakes by Deborah, who makes the most unbelievable wedding cakes. Deborah, why do you love making wedding cakes?
Because I love cake.
I know you make cakes for all events, but you especially love weddings. Why weddings? Why is it so magical for you?
I think I started 25 years ago when I made my own wedding cake.
You made your own wedding
I
cake?
did, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what made you want to make your own wedding cake?
It was just a passion that I had for baking and creating. So I decided that I'd make my own wedding cake. I did a few classes on sugar flowers, and I decided then that I'd make my own. And it started a love affair with cake. And people telling me then after a while that I should maybe go into business. So a couple of years ago then I took the plunge and started Cakes by Deborah.
That is amazing. And what's the process of a bride and groom from conception to finish of a wedding cake?
Brides and grooms will contact me, and they will book their date, and then we will meet for a consultation and a tasting, because that's the best bit of wedding planning, is the wedding cake tasting.
Wow.
And they will come along, we'll have a chat, and sometimes brides and grooms will have an idea about what they'd like, and sometimes they don't.
So like I'm a chocoholic, so I'd come to you and say, my wedding cake has to be chocolate. Is that how it starts out? How do they know what they want? Just from their own personal taste, like strawberry shortcake?
Yes, from their own personal taste. A lot of couples will look at they like to please everybody. And I always say, if the cake is for them, then they go with their own taste, because the cake is a reflection of the bride and groom.
It's their special day.
It is their special day. So it's the tastes of cake that they like. And if it's chocolate, I have loads of chocolate cakes.
Oh my God, I love chocolate. And so you have the tasting, then they decide what they want to put in the cake. Then how expensive are these cakes?
It varies from, like, I cater to every budget. So from a simple single tier, maybe with a dessert table, up to 10, 12, 15 tiers of
They
cake.
can get as grand as the
You
person
can
wants
have
it to be.
whatever you want, and I work to every budget.
Oh, that's amazing. I just have to ask you, because I can't believe this. How do you make these flowers? Are they edible?
They're edible. Yeah,
Oh,
the
what's
flowers are made from sugar, and every petal, every leaf is handmade individually.
Oh my
so it's
God.
an awful lot of work, a real labour of love.
And it's something that you obviously love doing so much. That's why you're so good at it. I have to say, these cakes are remarkable. All the different colours, all the different styles for people's different personalities. How do people contact you?
They contact me via Facebook, Instagram, email, or my website is cakesbydeborah.ie.
Look at these cakes, people. They're amazing. And this is the fabulous Deborah Guerin by Cakes by Deborah. I'm here with Mr. Pat O'Hara from O'Hara Video Production and Photography. And he is offering an amazing service to all you brides and grooms out there planning a wedding. Mr. O'Hara, tell me, what do you offer?
We offer a double package of video and photography for bride and grooms aiming to get married in the foreseeable future. We have 3 packages to choose from. You have wedding video and photography, which you have 2 people operators on the day. You have wedding video, which you have 1 operator on the day, and your wedding photography, which is another 1 operator on the day. The footage starts from early morning in the bride's house or the groom's house beforehand, where you go to both houses, cover every aspect of the day, the whole event up until about 11:30 at night, depending on what time the band will start. We cover
So after the first dance, the wedding, all of that. And why do you love your job? Why do you love doing what you're doing,
Well, I
capturing
suppose-
people's special day?
Yeah, because it's looking back at memories. Memories are forever. And if you don't capture your special day on video or photography, you have nothing to look back on. It's amazing. And the amount of... a bride and groom will never know 90% of the day themselves because
they're so busy.
It's so busy all day. They're being pulled here, pulled there. And I don't mean it in such a way, but it's their day and we need to get everything right on the day.
So you're bringing their memories into the future to share with their children, share with their grandchildren. So it lasts lifetimes, these wedding memories, don't
forever.
they?
It's forever. And with the modern technology, it's on digital file where it can be uploaded onto your mobile phone today. You can see it anywhere in the world within hours or seconds of your wedding day.
And what are the different types of services that you offer?
The different types of services, like we record, what we're doing new at the moment is after the meal that night, before the dancing starts, we'll set up a TV screen where we'll show about 5 minutes of synopsis of the day. That will be from the morning up until arriving to the hotel.
So you already have it ready to show at the dinner?
Yes.
Wow.
Or maybe after dinner, depends on the bride and groom, because they might like...
So the actual footage that's shot in the morning, you're showing it to them by the evening?
About 5 minutes of the whole of it.
That's
synopsis
amazing.
of the day, even in the church and leaving the church and out in the park where the photographs are taken on the day as well.
Wow,
Yeah, it's nice stuff. Right?
That's amazing. And what else do you offer? Is there anything else that you would like to tell everyone about your
we
services?
offer everything from video and photography. I have aerial photography, aerial video. We use a drone for weddings. We take big shots outside the churches and everything. And you know, we have a lot of stuff in our company where we transfer all wedding videotapes to digital files now, where people can't watch them on social, or watch them on video.
So to preserve people's memories.
Yeah.
And I believe you have a wonderful tagline you want to share with everyone to wrap up.
And I've always said to bride and grooms, before you book anybody on the day, just remember, book a professional, because an amateur will let you down.
This is Mr. O'Hara from O'Hara Wedding Video and Photography. Where will they find you?
www.o'haravideos.com, or I'm on Pat O'Hara Videos on Facebook.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here with Linda McNamara from Ace Travel for all your travel needs. Linda, talk to me about honeymoons. How important is the honeymoon for the newlyweds?
Honeymoons, where should we start? Basically, people have been working so hard, the happy couple, getting the wedding ready, preparing for the big day, all the stress, and then it's our turn to relax them. Get their honeymoon sorted, send them off in luxury, and cater for all their needs. People generally, I suppose, would book the honeymoons maybe a year, 10 months prior to the actual day of the wedding, just to make sure that they're getting the best value for money and getting what they're looking for, you know. Lots of popular options for honeymoons, whether it's long haul or short haul, but I must say my favourite for a honeymoon is your cruise holiday.
Linda, tell me, what's the kind of feedback you get from a married couple who go on a cruise?
It's really no different from a hotel, Richard. It's a floating hotel, 7-star floating hotel. The facilities on board, the destinations. What I love about the cruising is you set out from your port, be it Barcelona for your European cruise holiday or Miami or Fort Lauderdale, and suddenly you wake up next morning and you're in a totally different country. The entertainment is like out of this world. I mean, they've got the likes of the musicals, Chicago, Greece, all happening on board the cruise ships.
Wow.
Yeah. People then can combine it with the 2 centre holidays, so maybe you'd have 1 week on a cruise, and then you'd have your week chilling, be it Cancun in Mexico.
OMG, I love Cancun. Tell me more about Cancun.
Cancun is very, very popular at the moment. I suppose one of our biggest sellers and best sellers would be the Moon Palace in Cancun. And like you have a couple of options to go there. Again, you can combine it with the 2 centre, take New York for 3 or 4 days, go down to Cancun, chill out, or get your direct flight from Gatwick.
Linda, talk to me about budgets. What about couples who can't afford a very expensive honeymoon?
For us as travel agents, Richard, I suppose that's the most important thing. There's no point trying to sell somebody what they can't afford. I feel more comfortable and more confident if they tell me, okay, look, Linda, my budget is 2,005. Once you know the guideline, then you can find the property in the honeymoon to suit their needs.
Linda, why should people choose Ace Travel?
I suppose this year, Richard, we're 21 years in business, so we have lots of experience. We give the complete package from the time of booking. We take your deposit. You have your low payment option, easy payment option. Plus, we offer all our honeymoon clients free travel insurance.
That's great, Linda, because Ace Travel is always keeping people safe.
See, we're protecting their money. We're making sure if something goes wrong, we're there for them. And really, we're your one-stop shop.
And this is Linda McNamara, and this has been Ace Travel for all your travel needs. I'm here with an amazing photographer named Marie Keating. Marie, I know you do all sorts of photography because I've seen your work for years, but I know that you especially love weddings. Why do you love them so much, and what services do you offer to potential brides and grooms?
Oh, they're just a fantastic day. I mean, it's such a buzz from morning to evening. The packages and the type of photography I do is probably editorial reportage style. Definitely unobtrusive. So I think the best thing is to let people enjoy their day and hopefully capture some artful, relaxed photos along the way.
So you don't like to be in people's faces, you more like, you do your setup pose shots, but you also like to get those shots that really document someone's interaction with the people they love.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And getting an angle that, you know, they mightn't have seen themselves or even the guests mightn't have seen. It's a nice way to show off an event like that.
And how long have you been shooting weddings?
I suppose 8 years, maybe about that. I was in Australia before that. I went to college there doing photography and came home and couldn't get a job actually. So I went into photography after straight away.
That's amazing. And you followed your passion.
Yeah.
And I see you offer all these different types of wedding packages because I'm looking at these books. This is amazing. So you actually print the whole day in a bound book for people. Tell me about the different wedding packages you offer.
That one there would be a parents album. So the other ones, the larger ones, are for the couple themselves.
Wow, these ones here.
Yeah, and
wow.
I think it's.
Look at this.
I think it's lovely to have the whole day documented and a selection of photos to kind of tell the story, if that makes sense.
And so they pick all the photos for their book and you give them a book and then you also give them all the digital copies of the photos.
Yeah, depending on the package. Some people rather just the digital, some people prefer the albums and the parents' albums. And
so you're with them from the morning to the night of the wedding?
Yeah, usually the whole day, yeah.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. And like weddings for you, what's your favourite part of shooting them?
I actually really like the couple shoot. I do a free engagement shot as well for anyone that books a wedding, so I think it's
you go and actually
beforehand, yeah, and I think it puts people at
they
ease.
get to meet you and work with you before the actual day of the wedding, so you're not turning up just with your camera and you've never taken their picture before.
Absolutely, and I think sometimes, especially the grooms, are maybe a little bit more nervous and don't know what it's about. And you know, really, it might be just a walk through a park and I take a few shots, and I think they're a little less nervous on the day then, which is it's nice to. And I love taking those type of shots. It just shows the couple together and let them do their thing, and I might take a few shots while they're walking around.
I love photography. Like, I'm the most sentimental person you've ever met, and I love your photos. I've seen all your photos over the years. How are people going to find you?
I'm on mariekeatingphotography.com. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. Instagram, Facebook. I think they're the two main ones.
I recommend Marie for your wedding. If you're looking for Marie, contact her on her website. This is Marie Keating Photography. I'm here with Richard from the Zip Yard in Newcastle West. Richard, what can you offer a happy couple for their upcoming wedding?
Well, basically, Richard, we provide a full alteration and restyling service. We have, particularly for the brides, we've focused on that over the last number of years. And our biggest part of this would be we have a private bridal suite, separate from any other part of the business, so that the bride and maybe the bridesmaids or the mother of the bride, etc., can come into the room and actually keep the display of the dress private, the presentation until the day that they want.
Big reveal.
Big reveal, exactly.
And you have a dedicated seamstress and everything, just for weddings?
Just for weddings.
Wow.
Weddings only. Because we believe that from start to finish, the bride it's a unique product, a unique service, and they need to believe that the person that they're dealing with understands what they need and what they want themselves. And each bride is individual. They need their own style to be presented. So the seamstress gets to know them at the very beginning and works with them then what they want the end product
through their
to be.
whole journey.
Absolutely, from start to finish.
And it's so important, isn't it, fit for, like, look at this amazing fit.
Yeah.
This actually was tailored by the Zip Yard, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
The fit of a suit and a dress, I mean, it's everything. It makes or breaks a look, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It's hugely important, particularly with a bride, because I mean, we're lucky in Newcastle West. We get referrals from a lot of the top bridal providers in Limerick and Kerry in particular. But we need to be able to make sure that when the bride comes to us, that they actually feel that they're going to get this individual and personalised service. So, for example, and very briefly, if you look at, we say a bride comes in, if there are alterations we made, we start at the shoulders and we work with them to see how they want to fit. There's a fitting then. Then we work with the sides of the dress and make sure that that's correct. And we go to the hem and everything. So step by step, it's a layer of stuff so that we don't move on to the next area until the bride is happy.
Oh my God, you're selling this so well, I literally want to put on a bridal dress.
Okay, no problem, we can arrange that as well. But
so the Zip Yard, how long have you been in business?
Well, we've opened obviously the Zip Yard is a franchise, a nationwide franchise, and we were lucky enough to get the franchise back in 2011. Wow. So we opened in June, the 9th of June 2011, which was smack bang in the middle of the financial recession. And thankfully we've survived a lot, and we've worked very, very hard. We have a great team of people led by Ciara Ruttle, who's the manager out there, Jeremy Givney, Visa and Nina, the seamstresses, and they're all really dedicated to the customers. And we've been so lucky in the area that we get such a support from the people, you know. But our motto is service to the customer, no matter what.
And do they have to come to you, or would they? Of course, they
would
have to drive to you for the initial fittings.
They would, yeah. We do a lot of it it's all by appointment. It's all by appointment, because when we have the bridal suite, you need to book that in advance so that when you know you're arriving at, say, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's available for you. And if it's from 3 until whatever time you need to leave that afternoon, it's there for you. There's nobody else coming in at the same time. Whereas our regular business, we have 2 separate private dressing rooms, but that's on a drop-in basis. But the bridal suite is completely separate from that. It's right at the back of the shop, and we've completely done up in bridal style as well. So it makes
You're so passionate about weddings. This is Richard from the Zip Yard. If you need a good fitting and you're a bride or a groom, this is the Zip Yard, Newcastle West.
Thank you.
Mary, since I've known you 37 years, you've been obsessed with love. I mean, your husband is a really fantastic wedding videographer, and I remember you were working with him for years, editing these wedding videos, and you just said to me, Richard, I just love weddings and love. Why do you love it so much?
I guess, like I said, I'm a hopeless romantic, and, you know, I'm very happily married myself, lucky enough.
I know.
And we worked
together.
together.
Love more than ever.
We worked together, and as you know, I did a lot of editing of wedding ceremonies and everything like that. And it was through watching them that I realised the difference between, I suppose, church ceremonies and personal ceremonies. And it's just, it's so relaxed, my type of ceremony. It's very intimate. My couple sit to the left of me, so they're facing everybody. So everybody feels like they're part of the wedding.
Their backs aren't turned to
nobody
anybody.
came to the wedding to see the backs of their heads.
Wow,
so
that's a really
everybody
good point.
feels part of it and intimate.
Wow.
And there's a lot of ceremony enhancements I do as well. In particular, there's the ring warming. I love the ring warming. You need a really good best man now for this. So the best man passes around the rings. They're in a little pouch, and he passes them along row by row, and everybody holds them in their hands and makes a wish for the couple.
Wow.
So that when these rings come back, they are saturated with everybody's love and best wishes. and everyone feels like they've contributed something to it as well. Now, while this is going on, this is when I'm telling the couple's love story. So there's no, waiting for these rings to be passed around. We do a sand ceremony. Sand ceremony is lovely for families. We have multicoloured sands and we blend the sands together. And this just symbolises that their love can never be separated, just like the grains of sand can never be separated. We also have a wine box, particularly for wine lovers. And basically on the day, you put a bottle of wine into the box and you put your love letters to each other in it. And you open that on your first anniversary or your 5th anniversary or after you've had your first row. And you read your letters and you remind each other why you fell in love.
In the first place.
In the first place.
So tell me about the structure of one of these ceremonies.
So basically my ceremony would be 20 to 30 minutes long. It involves your processional.
You can marry them anywhere, right?
Anywhere they want. And the beauty of my ceremony, I suppose, is it's limitless. You can have any elements you want in this ceremony. It's all about you as a couple.
Like you do gay ceremonies?
Absolutely. Love is
yes, of course.
Love is love.
What do
Absolutely.
they call them? Same-sex ceremonies?
Same.
Yeah.
Brides and brides, grooms and grooms.
Love.
Completely.
Yeah.
And my tagline, together is a beautiful place to be, because together is a beautiful place to be.
How do people find you to book you?
My company is called Marry Me Weddings. My website is www.marrymeweddings.ie. You'll find information on those sand ceremony, the ring warming, all those ceremonies that I mentioned earlier on. All my information is there, and I would be delighted to meet. It's very important for me to meet with a couple, and as I say, I get to completely. Once we have that connection, we can really begin to script this beautiful ceremony that a couple will love and their guests will remember for always.
I would highly recommend you to book my friend Mary. She is the most beautiful person. She loves love people. This is Mary, Marry Me Weddings.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can tell, falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be.